West Ham 1, Spurs 0. Not the most exciting game at Stevie Nicol, but West Ham fans won't care. Was that a fair result in your eyes?
Yes, I think so. I think going forward, West Ham always looked the more likely to create or score some goals. Spurs, on the other hand, pretty much looked the opposite. I mean, the one real chance in the first half, Harry Kane with a real powerful header, which good save from Fabianski, but that was it. I mean, they didn't even get a shot on target in the second half, Spurs. So that kind of tells you where they are going forward. West Ham, on the other hand, everything seems to be a bonus for them. Everybody looks as though they're enjoying it. Everybody's got a smile on their face. They have players running around. They're trying to get in the Souček in particular, trying to get in the box. Was unlucky in the first half of the header. You got Jared Bowen, who can't wait to get after any sort of defence, regardless of who it may be. And of course, the one that epitomises West Ham for me right now is Mikel Antonio up front. You talk about a willing, strong runner who has some ability. He's not the nicest thing on the eye, but I'll tell you what, he is effective. And they all sort of take the lead off him.
All 52 of his Premier League goals have been scored inside the box. He's quite the finisher, isn't he?
Well, he, as I said, he's not pretty in the eye. I mean, today's goal is probably a good example. It's almost like it struck his leg. Nothing sensational about it, but it ends up in the back of the net. Listen,
but he was there to put it home. That's the type of player that he is.
On my side, I don't care if he's scoring goals from 25, 30 yards. I just want him to put the ball in the net, and I couldn't care less how it goes in. And Mikel Antonio does that. Nothing pretty, but he's effective.
I mean, West Ham's set plays are usually pretty good. They were again today. The only goal coming from that, it was poor defending from Spurs. What's the biggest turnaround under David Moyes at West Ham? They're up to 4th now at the final whistle. So why the change?
Well, I think first and foremost, they look as though they know exactly what they're about. They all seem to know their job. Everybody's on the same page. They're doing things, you can always tell with a side that knows what it's doing when they do things without looking. So the ball in the first half from Souček that went wide to Johnson, and he didn't even look. He just automatically played this thing over his shoulder. I mean, that tells you that they know where they are, where all the teammates are. And then actually, you look at the other side of the coin with Spurs, particularly Harry Kane. Harry Kane's coming and getting the ball short. He's been doing that for a while, so that's fine. We know that's what he's about. But then he's picking his head up and looking around. Now, you look at the other side, West Ham. I've just been talking about them just playing balls without even looking. That tells you that one team is in tune with each other and that one team is actually just working on things.
I think that's a good point. I think West Ham has an identity. Does Spurs have an identity? What are Spurs right now? What are their hopes right now under Nuno? How good are they? Are they just another team? A lot of questions there, but what is Spurs' identity?
No idea. Couldn't tell you.
And that's the problem.
Well, I looked at the table before this game kicked off and I saw them in 4th and I had to scratch my head and go, they're 4th. And I couldn't work out whether that was to do with them or what it's to do with everybody else. And then after watching them today, I'm thinking it's to do with everybody else because I'm not quite sure what Spurs are. Identity, I don't know. Not so sure Nuno is carried away with the 11 he seems to be playing. So I don't have any answers for all those questions you put because I just don't. I don't think they're a good side. They're okay. But, if you can get some results by hook or by crook, because Spurs ain't been playing sensational football all season. They've got some results recently by hook or by crook, and they found themselves in 4th place. So I would suggest they're a mid-table team that by hook or by crook might find themselves higher up at the end of the season.
Is it a lazy comment, Stevie, to suggest that all the issues with Harry Kane in the summer and the transfer speculation is affecting Spurs, the continuation into the season, and it's affecting Spurs, or is it deeper than that and more about other things?
Yes, it's deeper than that. It's not that to me is gone. The Harry Kane leaving saga is gone. I just think you've got a new manager in. You've got players who are expected to be in the top four, but probably aren't good enough as a unit to get in the top four. I think that's probably closer to the mark. But unfortunately, the expectation seems to be that they should be in the top four. And I just don't see how that's going to happen.
Well, they've got to play better than they did today. West Ham deserved winners on a couple of avenues, I suppose, open to them for the Champions League qualification next season. They're into the top four. They could do it through the league. And their European League, the Europa League campaign right now is absolutely flying as well. David Moyes is the man of the moment for Spurs. What are they? We don't seem to know.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.